Ooh, guys, how are you? Welcome back. We're going to look at how to get a PhD offer. Okay, the obvious thing, tip number one, is that you need to get experience before you apply. If you apply with your wonderful first degree, you're going to be looked at like, who the fuck are you? You know, you need to get work experience. And the way to do that is to ask. Apart from the obviously advertised opportunities, you have to ask academics. You might wonder, how do you do that? Well, how do you do that? You email them, you take a list of 50 of them, and you email all of them individually, and that takes time, and it's crazy. And who the hell does that anyway? But if you want to do a PhD, that's the least that you can do. It's one of those Britney bitch days. Tip number two is it's never too early. Okay, if you're doing your GCSEs, yeah, it's probably early. Just do well on your GCSEs, get an A star, whatever. But like, it's never too early, because if you think about it, if your degree will be 3 years, you will only have 2 summers in between. That's not a lot of opportunities. If you applied first time and you get nothing, that's just one more opportunity left. So it's really not that much space. If you think about it early, you will be able to maximize those summers. And that is the goal. It's never too early. Don't be one of those people that does a whole degree and then graduates and then they're like, oh, that's what I was supposed to have done. You know, too late. Number 3 is doing something remotely useful or connected to whatever you're interested in is always better than doing nothing, right? So even if you get something that kind of seems, I don't know, but you get nothing better, do that anyway. It's better than doing nothing, or it's better than doing something, you know, totally unconnected. So do settle for something that isn't necessarily your ideal thing. Tip number 4 is to practice writing, okay? Applying is a chore. It takes forever. It's a challenge. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a challenge. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be off-putting, and it's supposed to select few people out of a giant pool. Practice writing, what I mean by that is, if you have to write loads of massive applications, you will probably have to write a paragraph in 5 minutes about your interests, your abilities, your aspirations, anything regarding that thing. And you need to be able to have these ideas in your head all the time so that you can just like send an application quickly. Most of the time you'll have to have individual applications for individual things. So you won't necessarily be able to use the same thing over and over again. But you need to be able to write a paragraph, a page, multiple pages on this stuff. Get familiar with it, get comfortable with it, and practice writing quickly and well and efficiently. My derriere in the magazines. Put this song on whilst writing it. That helps. Tip number 5 is take pride in failing. If you're failing, you're on the right track. Sort of, okay? Failing is essential. It's easy to focus on the success. Like, this is a success. But that success is one, yes, and that's enough. That success will probably have like 10 failures behind it. And no one talks about the failures, and they're hidden. But they are necessary. And everyone with a success has 10 failures behind it. Take pride in that failure. That failure is useful. You will have learned something. Hopefully you will have learned something from it, and it is just part of the process. If someone emails you back and they say, sorry, this is too competitive for you, you will get rude people, you will get awkward people, you will be made to feel bad, you will be humiliated. As Taylor says, shake it off.